Well, okay, it's time for our last segment, and I've asked the panel to do something a little different for this first show of the year. Something for your F, something, somebody that you're tired of, you don't want to see anymore, you want to have anything to do with. Luke, who is that for you?
Well, I've had enough school shootings, as we all have. It goes without saying, but I refuse to accept that this is normal and acceptable. So this year we've had 83 school shootings, 38 murders, and 115 people injured, mostly children. Hardening schools and increased resource officers like police officers from the schools alone is not the remedy. We need to think creatively about how to mitigate this problem.
How about Anirban? Who don't you want?
Well, I want Israel's endless genocidal slaughter of women and children in its occupied territories by an administration headed by people wanted for ICC war crimes to stop. And equally important is targeted killing of journalists that Israel has been doing. The Committee of Protection of Journalists said that 141 journalists and media workers were among those about tens and thousands that were killed in Gaza, Israel, West Bank, and Lebanon. And this is also a phenomenon worldwide. We are seeing attack against journalists, and this needs to stop.
For sure. Chad.
I'm taking a much lighter tone here. So I hope some of you have watched the classic Simpsons episode about the monorail, and that's something I think about every time I hear about the Syracuse Aquarium. It's already an $85 million boondoggle and now threatening to go to 100. I dedicate my life to killing that fish, except I know how things ended for Captain Ahab. I think I'd get a heart attack in thinking about the superior alternative uses for that money. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
All right, and how about Ben?
I am sick and tired of the election polls and the, the visceral and decisive and just ugly rhetoric that has come out of that for the last 2 years. So I'm looking forward to next year. In addition to that, we had people shooting at our presidential candidates, not once, but we also had another person waiting on a golf course to shoot at them. On top of that, the murder of the CEO in New York City just a few weeks ago when this airs, that just shows that our society is heading in the wrong direction and speaks to what Rick was talking about with the school shootings.
Okay, Luke, on the positive side, who do you want to hear or what do you want to hear more about?
It's a compliment that I get called Rick, for sure. I want to see more people going to college. 18-year-old enrollment was down 5% this year. It's not just the demographic decline. It's more people choosing not to go because they're being told that that's okay. And maybe it is for some, but I don't think it is for most. I almost didn't go to college. It was life-changing for me. My grandparents didn't graduate from high school, and I was the first person in my family to get a PhD. That's American greatness, Barbara. So I want more people to go to college so they can develop their minds, skills, help democracy, get jobs, and get paid more. Thank you.
Okay, Anirban, quickly.
Now it reminds me of one good thing. The American graduate schools are still excellent compared to anywhere else in the world. So
okay, we got to go.
My A goes to Ireland's Taoiseach, PM Simon Harris, who accused Israel openly for his distraction politics and supported Palestine. They said we value human rights. As a child of South Asia, we stand by the Irish comrades. Thank you.
Chad, quickly.
One of the things that's left me optimistic is that universities are continuing to reassess their role in national discourse, be it through institutional neutrality, academic freedom, or intellectual diversity. Developments of the world have forced universities to be more introspective about what they can do better. I'm hopeful on how that will unfold, and maybe it'll help Luke's point as well.
And Ben?
More of us humanizing each other. And we're all snowflakes. We're all a little different, but at the end of the day, we're snow.